Hello my dear students, welcome back to SWA Learning Learn from Anywhere. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe the channel by pressing the subscribe button below so that you will get the notifications of all my future uploads. So when we started this online classes, we have started it from the simple interest and we have completed the three concepts in your quantitative subjects, that is the simple interest, compound interest and bills discounting. These are the three concepts which we have finished. In this session, I am dealing with a new concept called proportion for 4th semester BCom students of their subject quantitative techniques. So in regular classes, we have finished and discussed on the concept of ratios, and we have solved all the illustration and various types of questions which were asked in the university examination. So in this session, I will be continuing the concept of proportion which we have left over in the regular classes. Before going to the concept of proportion, first we should know what is proportion is. So proportion is not a new thing to you. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದೇನು ಹೊಸದೇನಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಸಬೇಕು in the various questions in your cost accounting or financial accounting, you may come across with the term called proportionately or proportion. So for example, if you are making a cup of tea, so ಒಂದು cup of tea ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so you should know what are all the ingredients which is required to prepare a cup of tea. So ingredients ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು? First you should have a tea powder, then you should have a sugar, you should have a milk and also some water. So these are the 4 ingredients which are required to prepare a cup of tea. But you should know how much it is required. For a cup of tea, you are not supposed to put a kg of sugar, alva? So it should be proportionate to the output. Output ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಆ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಶುಗರ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು. To that proportion you should have a tea powder. To that proportion you should have a milk and also as well as the water. So ಇಷ್ಟು ingredients ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, so you should include it in a proportionate manner. So proportionate ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಅ 1 cup, if you are preparing 1 cup and if you are using 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then if you are preparing 2 cup of tea, then you should add 2 tablespoon of sugar, alva? So adu proportionate agi increase ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. If it is 3 cups, then it should become 3 spoons. So this is the proportion which we use on a regular day-to-day basis. So we shall move on. What is exactly the meaning of proportion in your quantitative techniques or business mathematics terms? So in the mathematical term, the proportion will be meant as under when two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. So when in the regular classes we learned on what is ratio. Ratio will be when two quantities or values are equal. So that is known as are expressed in the form of ratios. But when two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. ಯಾವಾಗ ರೇಷಿಯೋಗಳು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗ್ತವೋ ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸೊ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. So a proportion expresses the relation between two ratios. It is represented in the following form. That how it will be? So that if we have a two ratios called A is to B and C is to D. So ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ratio can be expressed in or written in two forms. Either you can write it as A by B or A is to B. Both are same. This is another form of writing ratio. That's it. So that A by B is equal to C by D. That is to say, A is to B ratio is equal to C is to D ratio. A is to B is a 1 ratio and C is to D is a 1 ratio. When two ratios are equal, then it is said to be in the form of proportion. That is A is to B is equal is to C is to D. So ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು proportion ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. This is the format which we use to write the ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್. ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡು. ಸೊ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಕಾಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಟು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಡಿ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಏನು ಬಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಿ ಇದೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವು ಅಂತ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಎಂಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿರೋದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ how we represent the elements. These two are termed as means and these two are termed as extremes. Okay na? So ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, here A is to D, that is two extremes is equal to means product. So A into D is equal to B into C ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Nothing but the cross multiplication of these. So ನಾವು ಏನು ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಎ ಇಂಟು ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟು ಸಿ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಎ ಇಂಟು ಡಿ is equal to b into c. This is the form of proportion which we express when two ratios are equal. So in this example, ratio A is to B, that is to say this one A by B is equal to C by D ಅಥವಾ C is to D. When two elements are in proportion, the elements are also in proportion. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತವೋ ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸೇ, if these two elements are in proportion, it is regarded as all the elements are in proportion. Okay na? So this is the meaning of the proportion in the mathematical terms. Mathematically ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. So if we take an example, if 1 liter of petrol cost rupees 80, how much would 5 liter cost? Assume that you are going to a petrol bunk and you are filling the petrol. If a person in the petrol bunk says that 1 liter of petrol cost 80, then how much would be the 5 liter cost? If you want 5 liter, then you will going to calculate that 1 liter is 80, for 5 liter it will be 400. So this is the proportion. If 1 liter 80 rupees adre, so 5 liter that will be 400 rupees. These two are equal. So this is how we can express it in the form of proportion. Let's have a solution. So, see, the ratio of 1 liter of petrol to its price is 1:80. That is to say, 1 liter of petrol costing 80 rupees. 1 liter costing 80 rupees. 1:80. Next, price of 5 liter petrol. Price of 5 liter petrol, you know that 5 liter into per liter it is 80. So total will be 400 rupees. Next, ratio of 5 liter of petrol to its price. 5 liter ಗೆ 400 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. This is the ratio of 5 liters 400. 1 liter 80 rupees. This is the two ratios which we arrived. Hence the ratios are 1:80 and 5:400 are equal. It is expressed and represented as 1:80 is equal to 5:400. 1 liter ಗೆ 80 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆದರೆ 5 liter ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? 400 rupees ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So symbolically you can express it as, given that 1 liter costing is 80 rupees. 1 liter of petrol is equal to 80. 5 liter is equal to what? It is considered as X. So ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನು X ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದರೆ, so that 1:80 is equal to 5:X. That means to say, you should put it in the cross multiplication form of the fractions, so that 1 into X, that is 1X, 80 into 5, that is 400. 1X is equal to 5 into 80, so that X is equal to 400, and it is expressed as 1:80 is equal to 5:400. This is how you will going to express when two ratios are equal in the form of proportion. Proportion ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. that when you have two ratios that is assumed to be equal, so you should put it in the form of proportion. Proportionally ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋಬರಬೇಕು. So in this example, as I said, if you consider this as 4 elements, that is A is to B is equal to 5, C is to D. Here A is 1, B is 80, C is 5 and D is 400. Okay na? So as I said, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ two extremes, that is A into D is equal to B into C. Extremes is equal to means. ಎರಡು extreme ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ means ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ A ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು 1, D ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 400, B ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು 5, B ಅಂದ್ರೆ 80, C ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5. So 1 into 400 400, 80 into 5 400. Always that should be equal to left hand side and right hand side. That is to say, extreme product is equal to means product. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ equal ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then only it can be said as it is in the form of proportion. If it is not equal, it is regarded as not in proportion. Two ratios are not equal. ಆ ಎರಡು ರೇಷಿಯೋಗಳು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ಗಳು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. If it is not equal, then it is regarded as ratios are not equal, so that it cannot be represented in the form of proportion. Now we shall have some illustration for your examination purpose. So first we shall have a type 1 questions, that is calculation or finding the value of x. So here have segregated some kind of questions which carries a similar or same kind of calculation. So I made it as type 1 problems. Under this, you should find the value of x. The first illustration is 15 is to 18 is equal to x is to 24. In this proportion, you should calculate the value of x. X value anna calculate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರಬೇಕು. So they have given that 15 is to 18, that is equal to x is to 24. This is very simple. As I said, the product of extremes is equal to the product of means. ಇದರದ್ದು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟು, ಅದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ನೋಡಿ 15 ಇಂಟು 24 ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ದೆನ್ 18 ಇಂಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. 15 ಇಂಟು 24 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು 18 ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನೌ ವಿ ಶಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. See, it can be expressed, as I said, 15 is to 18 ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇನೆ, or 15 divided by 18 ಅಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇನೆ. So that I am writing as 15 divided by 18 is equal to x divided by 24. That is, ratios are expressed in the form of fractions. So now you should do the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, 15 into 24 and x into 18. See, 15 into 24 is equal to x into 18. This is the cross multiplication which we have did for the when two ratios are equal. So 15 into 24, it is 360, x into 18, 18x. So therefore x is equal to 360. Since 18 is in the multiplication, so when it comes to this side of the equation, it will become a denominator for 360. So that x is equal to 360 divided by 18, you will get the answer of x is equal to 20. You divide 360 by 18, you will get 20 as your x. If x is 20, then the proportion is 15 is to 18 is equal to 20 is to 24. So you can cross verify it whether your answer is correct or wrong. So see, as I said, the extreme and the means. So 15 into 24 is equal to 18 into 20. So ಇದನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ, so you will get 360. So ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ನಿಮಗೆ 360 ಬಂತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ your answer is correct, otherwise it is wrong. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಫಿಗರ್ಸನ್ನು ಅರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಫಿಗರ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಐದರ್ ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್. Next, the second illustration, 13 is to 16 is equal to 52 is to x. As I said, first you should convert into the fraction form. 13 by 16 is equal to 52 divided by x. When you converted it, it becomes 13 by 16 is equal to 52 by x. If you cross multiply it, see 13 into x and then 52 into 16. So 13 into x, 13x, 52 into 16, 832. Therefore, x is equal to 832 divided by 13, and your answer is x is equal to 64. Then the proportion will be 13 is to 16 is equal to 52 is to 64. This is the proportion. You multiply 13 into 64 and 16 into 52, you will get the same figure of 832. So ಅದು ಬಂತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Then you solve these questions on yourself. That is x is to 16 is equal to 50 is to 10. That is to say, as I said, x divided by 16 is equal to 50 divided by 10, and you cross multiply it, you will get the answer of x. The same way, 18 is to x is equal to 24 is to 52. The illu ashtene, you do 18 by x is equal to 24 divided by 52. You cross multiply it, you will get the answer of x. And in the third question, 10 is to 40 is equal to x is to 200. You solve it accordingly. And then 15 is to 27 is equal to x is to 63. You solve it. And then 5 is to 30 is equal to 12 is to x. The same way, that is 5 by 30 is equal to 12 by x. You cross multiply it. And the last one, 9 is to 12 is equal to x is to 40. The same way, 9 by 12 and x by 40, then you cross multiply it. You will get the answer of x, and it will be in the form of proportion. This is the type 1 question which will carry the required figure of calculating the value of x in a given proportion. Proportionally x value na ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ. Next, we shall continue for type 2 questions. Here also you will be having a calculation of x in the given proportion, but the x will be expressed in the form of multiples or the double figures. Double figures alli nimage illi x values irutte. So that is to say, take an example of x plus 3 is to 3x minus 5 is equal to 27 is to 60. This is the proportion which has been given. So in this you have to calculate the value of x. This one is also x and this one is also x. If you substitute the value of x, you will get the correct answer at the end. So that you have to calculate the value of x. The calculation procedure is the same. That is to say, these two and these two, that is x plus 3 divided by 3x minus 5 is equal to 27 divided by 60. This is the procedure is the same. See, the x plus 3 divided by 3x minus 5 is equal to 27 divided by 60. This is the two ratios which are equal as given in the question. So then what you should do? You should do the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? x plus 3 into 60 and 27 into 3x minus 5. ನೋಡಿ, x plus 3 into 60, 3x minus 5 into 27. This is the cross multiplication which we have did. Then you multiply this x plus 3 into 60 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you multiply 60 into x and 60 into 3. See, 60 into x, 60x, 60 into 3, 180. So here 27 into 3, 81x, 27 into 5, 135. So then 180 is here, 135 is here in the right side of the equation. Why we are doing is x ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ತಗೊಬನ್ನಿ, numbers ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ತಗೊಬರಬೇಕು ನೀವು. So 180 minus 35, if it comes to the left side of the equation, it becomes plus 135. 81x, here it is plus, and it comes through this side, it becomes minus. So that 81x minus 60x. 180 plus 135, it is 315 is equal to 81 minus 60, it is 21x. So therefore, x is equal to 315 divided by 21, so that your x will be 15. The answer for your x is 15. Now you can verify it by substituting the value of x to the given proportion. So ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಗಿವನ್ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ x plus 3 is to 3x minus 5 is equal to 27 is to 60. So you just substitute it. X value is 15. Here also x value is 15. That becomes 15 plus 3 is to 3 into 15 minus 5 is equal to 27 is to 60. 15 plus 3, 18. 3 into 15, 45 minus 5. So that 18 is to 45 minus 5, it is 40. 27 is to 60. So this is how you should calculate when two x are absent. ಎರಡು x figures ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗಲೂ it is easier when you are doing the cross multiplication. You just refer it and you calculate all these questions which I am giving for yourself. So this x plus 5 is to 20 is equal to 3x minus 9 is to 30. So the same way you cross multiply it. X plus 5 divided by 20 is equal to 3x minus 9 divided by 30. So ಇದನ್ನ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ, you will get the answer for your x. And then x plus 4 is to 4x minus 2, 24 is equal to 8 is to 16. You just refer this answer and solve accordingly, you will get the solution. And the last one, x plus 5 is to 3 is equal to x minus 2 is to 2. The same procedure of the second question. Second ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನ solve ಮಾಡಿ. You will get the answer. You just solve all these questions which I have given in the type 1 and type 2 type in illustrations. And if you have any queries, you post it in the WhatsApp group or leave your query in the comment section below and use post your answers in the WhatsApp group. I will going to check and value your answers. Thank you for watching this video.